The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, Damontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are, everybody. Welcome into the Players Lounge. We are here at the Star in Frisco, Texas. That's headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. You know the crew. Anthony Dorsett sporting his former team here, the Oakland Raiders. He was not a Las Vegas Raider. Oakland Raider who played in Super Bowl. We got Damontre Moore, former Dallas Cowboy, Dallas Cowboy Barry Church.
What's happening?
Pastor, all dressed up.
Chocolate. Chocolate out here.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Chocolate.
I am merely Newy Scruggs here for the conversation. I did not play the national football.
Mm-hmm.
So, gentlemen,
Sure.
it's raining outside.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys are outside practicing.
I don't see it.
Here we
I never been here.
Here we go. Come on, Dirty Mac Church.
So here we go. Let me jump into this right now.
Go ahead.
Y'all soft in a mother.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Nah, man.
Don't say y'all.
It's drizzling.
Don't say
and the
y'all.
Cowboys,
Nah,
man,
man.
who cares?
First off,
How's it benefit them?
it's a flood warning in the area.
Where's the flooded out there?
I'm just saying. It's a flood warning in the area.
What's the benefits
Come
though?
on, man. Like,
What's the you playing indoors the next like three
hey,
games?
Jerry might be opening up the roof.
Exactly.
You talking about
Let
the
the-
roof opening up, man.
Pop off the
Nah.
Maybach now.
That's the first thing I said when I came in. I'm like, okay, it's raining, so they out there, or maybe they gonna open it up this
Man.
week. But at the end of the day, what'd you say before we came on?
Hey, you gotta play, bro. You gotta go through the elements. You gotta have a little.
But you ain't in the elements the next 3 weeks.
That you don't
been
know.
this
That you
spoiled
don't know.
forever.
Everybody's been in there forever. And I didn't even think about it that deep when you were saying that. And like, oh, Jerry's gonna let open the dome. I'm thinking like, hey, Shotty's coming from a competitive environment. Hey, get out there. We're gonna make you practice tougher than what it is for when you get out there. But this is you're playing the Eagles. They got everything this week. You got Jalen Carter. It's like, give yourself the competitive edge. So he might be.
How is playing in the rain giving you a competitive
If you open up the dome.
But you've been here for decades. When it was a thunderstorm, has Jerry ever opened up the roof when it's raining?
Where is it raining right now, y'all?
It's raining out there.
It is raining.
No.
Oh,
It's
raining.
It's storming.
It is
Cats and
raining.
dogs. I had an hour drive before work.
When I came in, it wasn't raining.
Flow.
You know what I mean?
So bottom line is definitely slick out there. But so I just asked the question. So you weren't here, Church. They were here early. So I just asked him. I said, help me. I asked producer Chris Bigman. I said, I'm just asking the question. Okay, I didn't play.
see it.
I don't know.
Slick out
They have built the fort.
Slick.
They have built the
You
fort.
built- you got- you
indoor
got-
facilities.
And
Big old indoor
But
in
that's
there.
why I said I'm with you though, Barry, on this. Like I understand trying to get the competitive edge or whatever the case may be. If you do let the top open, but where you're at right now, we can't afford no injuries. Like
100%.
Is the practice going to be that good to where we're going to win? But say we go out there and, yeah, they're not in full pads. They're just in helmets and your T-shirts and stuff. But it go up there, catch one catch.
You never
slip
know.
or somebody re-aggravate something.
Not gonna-
Knock on wood.
yeah, man,
But
you
then
never
that's
know.
when it's like this was dumb. Like,
Hey.
what was it? The Jaden Daniels thing where you sit there saying, he shouldn't have been in late in the game. And then, like, hindsight 2020, that's that with the rain.
I say this, and y'all know Shotty and, and everything else like that. I really don't think that if it was going to be something that was going to slow down the speed of practice or actually, like, impair practice in any kind of way, that they would still be out there.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would be real easy. Like, hey, yo, let's take it inside.
Yeah, that's
We're out
fair.
here.
Which is true.
So-
Which is true.
So I just wanted to ask the question. That's all.
I don't know.
Dorsett says, we saw.
No, I'm just saying, when did it get to be so soft that, like, just because it's, and like I said, it wasn't raining when I pulled in. So when y'all came in, it might be a little bit different.
It was raining.
You know
You
what I'm
get
saying?
that.
So-
I tell you what it got to be soft when you bought these amenities that you have. When you got a nice indoor like that barely get used, it's like
Which is why they, built it. And that was one of the things. Oh well, we need to be able to go indoors in inclement weather. That's a part of it. That was all, especially when they were back at Valley Ranch.
The collapse.
And they had to go on over to Highland Park to go practice. So
that was crazy.
So anyway, just
you was a part of that?
Nah, I was the year before I got here. That was
a bad situation.
Yeah.
I was going up that day because it was another OTA. It was like the final OTA. I started to go up there. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit right here on this couch, and then looked up and saw everything that happened, man. And it was
that was brutal, man.
It was an awful day. It was an awful day, and so no, I won't forget it. I won't forget it. Those that were also injured in that, it was traumatic. But anyway, the Cowboys built the star for to be able to have that option. So Brian Schottenheimer, the head coach, decided not to take the option. So the Cowboys are 4-5-1, taking on the Eagles. And Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator, got a little bit of help.
Flus, baby.
And against your Raiders, they did well. So Eberflus met the media, and he was asked, what was it like in the office when they said that, hey, man, we traded for defensive tackle Quinton Williams. And he said, quote, "You could have heard a big yell. It was an exciting time for sure." Then he went on to say, Q has played in the attack front, so he knows it. The verbiage is very similar, having Aaron Whitecotton here with him. It's crazy how things work out. It's been a very easy transition for him. He's a true pro. He helps everybody, not just with his talent and his play, but he's coaching on the sideline. When you have the best players on the field practicing like Williams, everyone else follows. When your most talented guys do that, it has a big effect on the whole football team. And he also said that defensive tackles Kenny Clark and Osa Odighizuwa also graded out very well in their first Monday night game together, along with Williams.
Yeah, Odighizuwa was what was that, PFF's
I was about to say they was
top graded guy.
the two top graded defensive tackles right here at the start. So knew you wasn't here, but the question was proposed to Barry all of us, but it was just like, do you think somebody can come in and be a leader right away? Week one, and me and AD was like, you can, being the player that you are, your resume already being there, but also just leading by example. And I think we seen the effect this weekend. So it's like, now with a week going past it, Barry.
Yeah, that was one of my answers was, leading by example. Because, I mean, you see it. Like, you see him going out there, dominating the way he did on that interior line. But not only that, I mean, there's clips from the sideline where he's coming off the field with the young Donovan Ezeraku, young rookie defensive end.
Dog team.
Yeah, it's your man. And on the way up, he's coaching him up. He's like, man, you should have hit this inside move right there. That's when you want to get the pressure. When I have that, guard or whatever going backwards like that, you get on the inside. So he's coaching these guys up. He's giving them that on-field coaching. Like, he's an extension of the coaching staff. And that's what you hadn't had on this defense all season long. To me, it looked like this defense was just, everybody was too afraid to talk because they didn't have the confidence to go out there and pretty much vocalize what they want to do out there. Now, with Williams in there, established guy. All-pro, perennial all-pro guy, one of the best defensive tackles in the National Football League.
And he came from the elite program.
And he came exactly.
Right.
So you know. So you know.
All I know is we still undefeated, baby.
Got a ring.
He does have a ring. But he's doing his thing, man. He's definitely doing his thing out there.
So Dak Prescott said in Vegas Monday night after the game, we asked him about Quinton, and he just talked about how he said, hey, man, I have to get here earlier. Because he's already here. He's setting the tone. He says, I'm learning from him. And so when Quinton met with the media yesterday, I asked him about the comment that Dak said. He said, man, I'm just trying to be me. And then he went on to talk about what a great leader Dak was. So this is one of those things, and you guys have played and been in the rooms where you make a trade and you know what you see on tape of the talent. But then when you add more that, hey, here's a guy that's bringing his lunch pail, showing everybody this is what I'm doing. You can talk all day long, but are you about the work? He's about the work. He's serious business. And then where I'll give guys in the room credit, like a Kenny Clark and an Osa Odighizuwa, that they realize, hey, man, dude, you can make my job easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
100%.
I mean, you play D tackle, Dream is one-on-one.
Man.
The Dream's one-on-one.
That's all it is.
Because they're doubling Q. They out there with choking him on one play, and he's still out here wrecking shot.
Right.
So Q is going to get doubled. So that means you're free. So if you're able to get free, that's when we saw Houston get back there. Odighizuwa's been able to play. This is a trade that when you think about it, they had to give up next year's 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to find a player in the second round that's as good as Quinton.
Nah.
And then they're going to give up a 1. If you get a player who can do all of that, be dominant, elite player on the football field,
Still in his prime.
and affect the room where everybody's like, that's the guy, you pay the price.
Yeah, 100%.
in my opinion.
Definitely.
It's still to be seen, but right now at the initial start, especially just for the coming out party, it's like right now it's starting to look like the Cowboys have won, because when you think about it, you said this was the argument with Kenny Clark coming in here. Kenny Clark, naturally, he made a couple people better, but it was like, is he good enough to make a defense better? Well, you seen that from day one. You seen the man Quinton Williams come in here, have not only 1.5 sacks, not only have the production, but naturally, like you said, made everybody else better around him, and the defense significantly got better. Now, the real test is going against the Eagles this week, but to come and play a penetration defense and think about how dominating he is, one, I'm excited. I think he won, but then also, two, it makes me have another question, and I want to ask y'all as defensive former players. We talked about Eberflus' defense not being that complex. We're talking about Quinton Williams coming in here doing what he's doing, and for him to significantly make this defense better, and then you see a guy like Carson come off the IR, play every snap. Was the scheme really that difficult, or was it the players?
Man,
The carpenter, the carpenter's tool.
Yeah.
There we go. I was about to say your quote.
so this is what I'm seeing, all right? Like,
Start a pot.
Like you always, like with basketball, I had to tell my son, like, okay, the point guard is basically like the coach's brain on the court. All right, so Flus has been looking for that person in that defense that could be basically his brain on the field more so than anything, right? So what I'm seeing, of course, is with like, okay, the Kenny Clark edition was definitely one of them, but then who to bring Quinton in? But now with this linebacker, okay. All right, so now we got somebody who could actually start getting guys lined up pre-snap, can start covering over some plays, pre-snap and everything else like that. What I'm seeing now is just like what you said. The carpenter got his tools, bro. And it's a totally different ball game. You know what they say? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Yes,
And right now the Cowboys seem like they got the gun. But this week right here, you can't bullshit at all. You got to call it what it is. This is going to be this is the test.
Yeah.
All right, to this point right here. You know, and especially with the additions, this is going to be major. But I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really excited to see, just like what you guys have talked about this whole season. Flus got this defense that if you can ball, you can just go downhill and make plays. And it's looking like that's where they're headed right now.
And y'all play defense. Y'all understand this. When you see a couple cats balling out on that defensive side of the football, you don't want to be that guy that's left out. You don't want to be that guy that's like, man, you know what? Williams done made a play. Odigizua made a play. These guys over there breaking up passes. I'm just out there. Like, you don't want to go into that film session because everybody's like, yeah, you see my pass breakup? Man, you see my sack out there? Yeah, I saw all of it, man. Yeah, I saw you. So it's forcing everybody out there to raise their, exactly. It's raising what they call force multiplier, whatever the case may be. He's forcing everybody to raise their game, which is awesome for this defense.
It's infectious on the defense.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what you want to have. You want to have that type of defense that is like, oh, you just made that big hit. Oh, okay, watch what I'm doing.
Exactly.
That right there, that competition in that room. Let's keep going.
You got a saying in the D line: sacks come in bunches. And when you seen that, the sacks was coming in the overflow, but it wasn't even that. Like they say in church, when you get that overflow, what they say, tips and overthrows.
Got to get those.
And you seen that in the back. So it's front end helping the back end helping the front, and it's really complementary football. So back to what you originally said, Newy, like, as of right now, it's looking like the Cowboys has won, and Jerry was right when he said help is on the way. I could do the trading and stuff like that, because Quinton Williams, not just him, Logan as well, because he was another key component in that trade. But all the pieces that he have added, it's starting to look like they got a complete defense right now.
It's 1 week.
It's 1 week.
It's the Raiders.
Yeah.
Right.
It is.
That's true.
The Raiders are one of the worst teams in the National Football League, but I also say this: you couldn't beat Arizona, which is one of the worst teams in the league right now either. So at least you started right here. Quinton Williams has already made his impact there.
Yes, sir.
The test for the Cowboys, and even when when DQ was here, can you beat good teams? That has been the issue. So they get Philadelphia coming here, who's in first place, who's had some issues. This is not the team that won the Super Bowl last year. This is not Saquon Barkley, who was challenging for the season record in rushing. This is a different football team. How do they respond? It's going to be a challenge up front. We talked about it yesterday. So when I was in the locker room, one of the guys I wanted to talk to was rookie Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker's first game got a little bit of help.
Guys want
In the
spit
form
on
of,
people.
Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, got thrown out the football game before the first offensive snap. He'll be there today. He's a very good player. He's an elite player. As much as we talk about Q on the defensive side for the Cowboys, Carter is that dude over there.
100%.
These are two of the premier guys in the league that are going to go at it. So Tyler Booker will get some of that. He said, when I asked him, how do you feel from your first game in the NFL to now? And he said, man, it's like night and day. Because remember, it was the first game was against Philadelphia. Then he got hurt. So he missed some time, and then he came back. He's been a good draft pick. Yeah. This is not a Mozzie Smith situation where you're like, hey, man, dude, what
he
are we
ain't
doing?
got it.
This guy, right. This guy loves football. This guy's here to play. But this is going to be one of those tests where you need a rookie in Tyler Booker to be on his game. They're going to have to figure out a way to run the football. Looking over here, statistics. When it comes to defense here, yards per game, Philadelphia's given up $106, so they're tied 14. Cowboys defense right now, when it comes to rushing, they're 24. They're improving. But you've got to figure out a way to get 100 yards. If you're the Cowboys, you got to figure out a way to get 100 yards.
Yeah. The first game, they were close, right? I felt like they ran the ball decently that first game.
That first half, they were good.
Yeah, they was rolling.
Then the whole storm happened, the whole break, and then the second half, nobody did anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But they were still missing Carter too as well.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, they was missing Carter.
You took a big old piece out of there.
Yeah.
So, but they've got to figure out a way to get 100 yards between Williams and Malik Davis.
And these two tackles for the Cowboys, Steele and Guyton. Boy, they gotta bring it, man. You know, Shotty was talking last week talking about that right tackle spot. It's kind of, a spot where they're looking. They want him. Steele's the guy right now, but he's got to improve. And they got some guys that can come off the edge for Philadelphia. The young guy from Miami that they traded for, Phillips. He's been on a tear since he's gotten to Philadelphia. He has been on a tear. I was sacking the quarterback, TFLs, whatever the case may be. He's been on a tear. Graham came out of retirement. He's out there splitting heads. So it's they got the interior of this O-line's got to bring their lunch pails because you're dealing with the Georgia boys, Carter and Davis out there. But also on that edge, man, Nolan Smith as well. I mean, they got some cats out there. N'Kobe Dean. I mean, it's going to be one of them trenches where they got to win the trenches if they want to win this ball game.
Yeah, we talked about it. We said it's going to have to be some bully ball. You know, and we are, like you said, going to have to figure out a way to run the ball to try to slow them boys down because if they could just pin their ears back and come downhill all game, it's going to be ugly. So we're going to have to stay committed to some type of run.
As we go to break here, the other thing that to me is big is turnover margin. The Cowboys are -4, 21st in the league.
Ain't going to win a lot of games like that.
The Eagles are 7th. +6. You cannot give the football away. We saw that happen, and that was a key part of the loss in the first game.
Miles Sanders.
He's his old team up there coughing up.
Got up dancing and stuff.
And the targets that you get this week, they got to be caught balls. Every target that you get this week,
no drops.
No drops, man.
Yeah, they're scared.
You scared? Go to the church.
Scared, say you're scared. Dorsett, Moore, Church, Scruggs, back on the Meaty Mash right after this.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Returning for the 2025 NFL season, Boss reunites with the Dallas Cowboys to drop the next chapter of their iconic collaboration. The Boss Cowboys collection fuses fashion and football once again, capturing the fearless spirit of what it means to be your own boss. Just in time for kickoff, gear up in standout styles that show your team pride with a bold edge. Available now at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, HugoBoss.com, and Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Celebrate the season at the Cowboys Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant at the Star in Frisco. Join us every Friday through Saturday night from November 21st through December 20th. You heard it right, November 21st to December 20th for an electrifying holiday performance. For more details, visit thestardistrict.com.
There it is.
All right.
There it is.
Young Trey.
Got to get the read-through, man. What you say? I
Get
learned
the
what you
walkthroughs,
said.
bro. Get the walkthroughs, bro.
If y'all don't understand when they say walkthroughs, you got them in football, but as an athlete back in the day, the teacher call you and say, hey, be ready for your line. I was over here getting ready. Knew he wasn't going to get me today.
Bro. I'm telling you, gotta get them walkthroughs.
I learned from you, OG.
I'm telling you, man. I got you, dog. Get the walkthroughs.
We rooting for you, man.
He said we rooting for you.
I missed you, Newy. I missed you, man.
I heard. I heard. Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Game. You got Anthony Dorsett, former Oakland Raider, Tennessee Titan. Got Damontre Moore, former New York Giant, Dallas Cowboy, Saskatchewan, was it?
No. Toronto, Calgary, and Montreal. But Saskatchewan did win the Grey Cup. Shout out to my
Seattle,
mates.
right?
Seattle.
Okay, Seahawks.
Seattle, Raiders, Panthers, Colts, Dolphins, Giants, Seattle twice, San Fran.
There you go, Barry.
It is. It
Cowboys
is.
and Jaguars.
Yeah, it is.
Shot Khan gave him so much he didn't have to play no more.
It's a fact. It's a fact,
He
man.
didn't have to play no more.
Shot Khan.
Barry.
And I'm Newy
Church,
Scruggs. I ain't never been a
Burbank.
dime in the league. So it's all good.
Multi-Emmy
Don't let 'em fool you.
winning. What do you say? You got how many of them things you got, man?
18.
18. I thought it was 20.
Is it?
One number 19 on Saturday.
Oh, congrats!
Let me get.
That boy good.
Is it still meaningful?
Yes.
Okay.
Man,
It's every one of
You don't
them.
get tired. It's like when Derek Jeter won another championship. You don't get
you
tired.
don't get tired of that.
Get tired of feeling.
Boy got a whole bookcase
There you
just
go.
lined
19?
You like I use the Emmy as a doorstop.
You know what I mean?
Hey, here you go right here, man.
Who's the one actress who uses her, what was it, Oscars or something in the bathroom so people can hold it up and have the acceptance speech?
Meryl
Man, Newy
Streep
got,
got
yeah,
enough
man,
of them.
Newy got a whole right here ball one, man. Let
me borrow one of
got
those,
him,
man.
dog. You done got him, man.
Church,
You on your way.
Church, you keep on
Amazing,
doing what you're
man.
doing. You go, if you listen to me, I can get you one. Hey, ask around the building. Ask them.
No, that's
Kyle
facts. That's
Yeah,
facts. Stand back, Kyle.
Kyle came to me, said, "What need?" I said, "Man, bring your stuff." Kyle came to us. Told
He
him,
did.
Next
He
thing you know,
did.
walked across that stage, man.
He did.
You next.
Newy is the truth.
Back to back, man. So
Brownberry Church.
Brown bear. What
Brown
you
bear.
see? Tell I've been. You can tell I've been, reading stories at night, man.
I understand,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Hey, I'm proud of you, man. Doing what you do.
Hey man.
So yesterday in the locker room, I asked about how do you slow down Jalen Hurts. It was very fun because they briefed Quinton Williams about, hey, here's what they're probably going to ask you. Hey, playing Eagles, that a rival? He ain't know. He don't know.
He don't know nothing about that. Yeah.
No clickbait.
Like, good. Don't worry about to find out. So all this stuff, he's just trying to figure it out. And so then they asked him about playing Jalen Hurts. Like, I played with him. I played with him in Alabama. I know what he can do. So they know they have to try to limit him and keep him in the pocket. And with Saquon Barkley, we talked about here on Players Lounge yesterday, with Saquon Barkley not having the season he wants, but they've got to go ahead and figure out how to slow down Jalen Hurts. But that's still hard.
It is.
It's still a hard task. But if you're Eberflus, what What do you do? Is it you spy a linebacker? How do you limit this guy, especially knowing you've got a better front four?
And he had a hell of a game plan the first go around. He had him, especially for bottling up Saquon and, making sure those receivers didn't hurt him. What hurt that defense in the first game was the rush lanes. And Hurts was able to, all right, I'm dropping back. Oh, there's an opening right there. Let me scamper through the A gap. Let me scamper through the C gap. The rush lanes were all off, and he was able to use his legs to really hurt the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of those 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6s, Hurts was able to go ahead and convert them using his legs. So to me, and I'm sure they'll get this thing right. You got, improvements in that front seven, but you got to get those rush lanes together. You can't give him windows or holes to be able to escape through, and you got to tackle better. I mean, we saw that. It was abundant in that first game. Now, there's different linebackers out there. You don't got, Murray and Leofau and those guys out there, but if he does escape, you got to be able to bring him down. Yep. You got to be able to tackle, man, because there was a bunch of those opportunities where they had to be able to tackle him short of the first down marker, but he was able to escape and get it and prolong these drives. And this is a team that you don't want to give them more chances. Like you gotta stomp them out and get them off the field as much as you can. So to me, you got to tackle better, and you got to have them rush lanes together, or he's going to be able to get up out of there on you.
Stay right there when you talked about getting off the field. In that first game, Philadelphia converted 8 of 13 on third down.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's
8 of what?
13. Yeah,
13.
You can't. I mean, you gonna be tired.
Yeah.
You got to get off the field on the money down.
Now, granted, the Cowboys were good too. They were 7 of 11. Third down. And you go back to that first half, and everybody was scoring the first half. They just kept going back and forth. I mean, the first half was wild when you go back and you look at it. I mean, the first half on the box, 20 points for the Cowboys and 21 for Philly in the first half. Then the second half, there was only a total of 3 points scored, and Philly and none in the fourth quarter. So. First half, man, everybody was going back and forth. Shootout. Second, it was nothing. And so, remember, the Cowboys, too, were kicking too many field goals. There's too many field goals in that game, and then you had the fumble inside, just
Miles Sanders.
The things that get you beat, that's one of the things that get you beat. Red zone, Cowboys 2 or 3, Philadelphia 3 or 3. You do stuff like that, and there you go. And then, of course, they lost the turnover battle in that football game.
I mean, you lost the turnover battle, but I think what's going to be the X factor in stopping Jalen Hurts, it's going to be Eberflus this game. Like, he didn't have – we keep making and it's your quote, the carpenter not having his tools. Well, we seen them being able to stop them in that first game. But to break it down a little bit farther, when you were saying pass rush lanes, the reason that he was able to escape, because we didn't have no interior pressure. They were just going and stopping right there, and you had guys actually coming off the edge where they were just – going back there, they created these gaps, and he was escaping through the B gap. Now you got Quinton Williams. Now you have a Kenny Clark. Like, you don't have just one guy playing penetration defense. You have another guy, and then you have Osa coming off the bench, who's going to be high energy, going against their two, who's really a starter. So now you have a three-headed monster, and now you can see the most effective Eberflus defense. We talked about it with his time at the Colts. We talked about it at the Bears. He had a good defensive tackle, a good edge, and he had a good middle linebacker, Roquan Smith, Shaq Leonard. Now you have Logan Wilson back there doing that, but you have the most important factor, which is the D-line. And when he does that, he's been the most effective. So I think that's going to be the X factor. We get to see him really scheme up things, how you're going to corral Jalen Hurts now.
Definitely. And like you guys have already hit on, but Jadeveon Clowney's in the building too now.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which was an end that wasn't here previously. And then too, just as we're talking about the scheme that's going to be inside of the scheme now, with Quinton being able to communicate and Clark being able to communicate too as well. All right, I'm getting upfield this far. You coming here, okay? And now, hopefully, you just don't have these ends getting upfield just running by the quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Sam Williams?
Well, hey, we ain't saying the names, but not.
No, I won't say the name. At this point in time, it's easy to say because it's right there. Eye in the sky don't lie.
Right.
Okay. I mean, if you got one guy that's just crashing down, and next thing you know, it's over. Sam's got to stop that.
He does have to stop it, but in Eberflus defense, they teach you to just get upfield, because now when you have those different separations, you got to have overflowing linebackers that's going to fill that gap. So even though Sam is getting up the field, if you got Kenny Clark that's getting up the field as well, but he's causing this separation, it's running zigzag. You're going to have your running back. By that time, somebody should be doing that. So as much as we're on them about getting up the field, I can't say in the Eberflus defense, they tell them, as soon as you get off the ball, ping your ears back and go ahead and get up there. Now you got to have some situational awareness.
And that's the next thing.
you got to be able to retrace too as well.
Yeah,
you got to be able to come back up.
And knowing who the opponent is.
Yes, this is true.
You say, all right, this is where but against Phil, they're looking for it.
Yes, sir.
He's living off of it. So you've got to be smarter about what you're doing there. When we come back, one player who I'm concerned about, and you guys have understood how to play hurt and coming back from injury. Should this player be on a pitch count? Let's talk about that next. Anthony Dorsett, Trey Moore, Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club. To the Players Lounge.
Cowboys Nation, it is time to get the giving season going. Tune in to see the multi-award-winning artist and the Cowboys fan, Post Malone, perform during the Salvation Army Red Kettle Kickoff Halftime Show this Thanksgiving on CBS. You heard it right, on CBS. Every donation stays in the community, provided to help and hope for those in need. So tune in to watch the Cowboys, Chiefs, and Post Malone. You heard it, Mr. White Iverson, this Thanksgiving, and give the joy at the Salvation Army, US.org. Bow, 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 bow. Boy, White Iverson.
We said he ain't have a real country.
Come on.
Oh, man, I ain't gonna, man. Yeah, let's go.
Then he saw him at a birthday party, right?
He was mad.
Hey, America, don't mind us, man. It's just jokes. It's just jokes.
People. Bottom line is people hear what you say on these podcasts.
They do. They do.
Normally they don't hear, but somebody they know hear. They tell them, or somebody gets it to you, kind of like Trey. When I was out, I heard about what you were doing.
Get around.
Santana Claus.
Santana.
Hey, the eye in the sky.
They dry snitching out there on you.
Yeah. Boy, don't they? Won't let you make it. But it's cool, though. I bounce back.
Yeah, we may have a special guest.
Okay. Yeah, I might be out tomorrow.
Oh, man, I'm excited.
Anthony Dorsett is here. Trey Moore, Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming, being produced by the great Chris Bean.
These are facts, boy.
Demarion Overshown came back from injury, made his debut against the Raiders. He said he did not like the way he played first game back. He says he'll be better. But I asked him the question. You're in the midst of playing 3 games in 11 days. How does your body make it through? Could they put you on a pitch count? And being the competitor he is, I can do what I can do. You know, you never know about the situations. Meaning, I guess he's trying to say, hey, man, if we got to compete for 4 quarters, I got to play the full 60. I'll play the full 60. But you guys have all played, and you've all worked, with injuries yourselves. How should they approach Damari Overshown, a player they're going to need the rest of the way, 3 games in 11 days?
For me, I say put him on a pitch count. Like being a high-powered energy guy, like you could tell that by the way that he's playing sideline to sideline. And sometimes coaches, this is your job as being the leader amongst leaders and saving guys from themselves. As a competitor, yes, go out there and just like I know, the trainers say when you come back, how do you feel? Okay, if you good to go, go. And so he's young, like that pride and ego, everything is gonna get in the way. And as soon as you feel good, you got to remember, like, this is a high-powered game that you're playing at a high level, and 3 games in 11 day span, even on a healthy body, is a lot. And so for you to come off these major injuries, and I think we said it off air, but this is the second time he's injured that same knee. So it's like, you have to, at what point are you going to be smart enough to say, pull back? So I hope they give him a pitch count. But, if he's feeling good, let him go. But hopefully you don't need him. You got Logan coming in right now. But what do y'all think?
I would be err to be on the smart side more so than anything at this point. With him and Wilson in there together, I think has been the thing that is turning everybody on, just seeing those 2 side by side. So, hopefully I would definitely try to figure out some type of pitch count to keep him on. But at the same time, you have to be smart enough to allow him to listen to his body too as well. So with that being said, he's young and youth is on his side at this point in time. But yeah, 3 games in 11 days, like you said, for a healthy dude, that's a big toll. That's a large toll.
So pitch count and no pitch.
And you're already on a short week because it was Monday night. So you're already on a short week here.
And it may not be the pitch count this game. It may be a pitch, I'm looking at what we got going on. If he's out there balling and making an impact in the game, it's going to be hard for me to pull him back in. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, you just got to, like you said, him and the training staff, which they got a great staff over there, Jim and Britt and all those guys and Greg. You just got to make sure, throughout the game, just every time you come off the field, how does it feel? You tweaking anything? How, your body's feeling out there? You fatigued? Because we all know, once that fatigue starts, because this is second game back from injury. So we all know his conditioning, you only get in football shape by playing football. Right. So, his condition is not going to be to where it was before the injury. And we all know once you get fatigued out there, that's when, technique goes out and you start, overcompensating on one thing. And then how that snowball effect happens. So if I'm him, I'm just, making sure, keeping those trainers close. And when you get back to the sideline, this is how I feel. This is how my body feels. And he has to be honest. Like, he can't, sugarcoat things with the training staff. Oh, I feel great. Everything's amazing. But your quad's a little tired. You got to be honest out here because, you want to be a part of something special. You want to be a part of this comeback and all that great stuff. But you're a young man. You still got a lot of years, God willing, left in this league. So you got to make sure you're smart and communicate with the training staff and make sure they're on the same page.
You already know. Being young, we ain't thinking like that.
Ain't none of that. I'm going to get me on the field.
Yeah, so that's somebody going to have to help him.
Yeah, 100%.
And so you talk about this training staff, but what is it? Are there other guys in the room, vets, that can come and have that conversation with him as well?
I think so. Quinton Williams being the leader that he is right now, like, he's one of those guys. Logan coming over there and saying, hey, bro, like, we going to need you for this back end, especially the playoff hopes are still there. It's going to say, if you got a game that you know that you're winning, you know how it is. The young guy behind you, somebody that's been preparing, they're asking for some snaps. They're doing that. Well, maybe this is a time for you to be a little selfless. Maybe it's the time for those vets to come over there and say, hey, we got this in the bag. And honestly, I'm kind of with you, AD, what you said. Like, I might not pull the reins off of him in the Eagles game because this is a divisional game and you got the hot hand right now. But the next game, it's like, okay, you got to be ready to play right here. And so it's gonna be a combination of everybody. Overshown being transparent with the training staff, but then also the people that have played around him that know him before the injury and after the injury to say, hey, I see you getting a little excited, or I see this and that, like, pull it back right there. And when you had, like, at least I know for guys like me, I played around Richard Sherman, Cliff Averill, Mike Bennett. Those guys were able to say, hey, young buck, don't get too excited right now. Hey, tighten it back and do right there. And I respect their opinion a little bit more.
It's going to be tough because, when you on that football field, you between them lines, I mean, you just thinking about I gotta get this my job communicating with your teammates and trying to get the dub, and it's tough for those vets and guys to be, if he's out there playing, making plays, and doing his thing. It's tough to be like, hey man, like, hey.
You just
what
you talking about? You reps?
Yeah, like
so you want right now.
Like, you just locked in. Like it's tough, man. It's tough.
And as far as Eberflus goes, is that something for him as a coordinator that he has to be aware of? Or is that the linebacker coach? I mean, I'm just trying to think of all the levels because ultimately you talked about this, Eddie. This is a player that you're looking for a number of years now. Okay, a number of years, and you've got the games as you talked about. You've got a lot. We got December. You've still got December coming up. 3 games in 11 days. Just how do you make sure you're protected? Because he is going to be the high energy person that you talked about here. And you could see when I was talking to him, I'm just going to go. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I get it. You love that about him, but there's got to be other people. Hey, bruh, come back
a little bit.
Right.
And the training staff's gonna have. To me, the main one's got to be him and the training staff. They got to be on the same accord. And then you got your linebackers coach out there that's gonna be able to get a little bit more in depth with them. Because when you're Flus and you're the DC. You think, all right, who I got? Who I got in this pack? Is he available? Like, he's not really over there thinking about who's, he's like, do I got this guy available for this Hawk package or something like that? Yeah. Like, so he's not really checking on the process of how each individual player is feeling at that time. So I think it got to be with the training staff, got to be with your position coach. And then Eberflus, he's worried about the X's and O's and getting it out there.
One of the things that I've seen, and like, shout out to those people in that training staff and in this building, is like, the guys who have come back off of injury, and they've actually been able to come back and compete at a high level.
Yeah.
It hasn't been
the ones that did rehab with them.
Hey, what you talking about?
Very true.
I'm just like Newy said, all I'm here is to report the facts.
This is very
but
true.
there are 2 guys that came off major knee injuries that we seen.
They were here in the offseason.
They were here during the offseason, but not even that. Taking it a step further, at the end of the game, when you seen them panning at everybody, you seen Shoddy. Well, guess who you seen? You seen Rebel right there, and you seen Brent sitting there.
Sitting right beside, like,
I know what that tap means. Hey, did you do good? Hey, how's it feeling? This and that. So
you guys know being hurt. When you're injured and you feel like you're not part of the team, you and that training staff or you and those rehab people, y'all get real close.
Oh yeah,
for that amount of time.
That's your teammates. Yeah,
exactly. and so for those guys to be able to come back and play and like not have any hiccups, like I said, like all that faith they put in them dudes, that relationship and that bond even got that much tighter. Like, I trust you. And so hopefully, like, people will see, like, hey, you don't have to leave here to get healthy. Like, this is a good building.
100%.
So Eberflus, defensive coordinator, was asked about the rookie Shavon Reveal from East Carolina. He said, quote, he's great. He's a big, tall, strong guy. I love his stop and start. He really can stop those transition routes. He's got really good length. He's a no house guest cover. He tackles. He's a good tackler. I'm excited about where he's going. Mm-hmm. So I know some people want to hear this, but 2026 they might have, I had a little something.
They might.
26.
He actually will get impressed and put hands on you. Like that's the one thing I've seen from Rebel. I'm like, he's impressed. He's not doing all this backpedaling and mirroring with the feet. He's getting hands on cats. He's physical. That's what you love to see out there with them. Use your length. Use it, man.
So he's playing like how these other DBs thought they can play when they went up there and pressed somebody and got spun around. Or
Carson had good snaps.
He did.
Ravel came in here. Mm-hmm. Bland's out there. At some point in time, if you can get Diggs back. Mm-hmm. As you're going down this stretch here, you're gonna have to face the Lions and Chargers have some good receivers. So if you can start to get healthy, they can make it interesting at the end. Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, in my mind, I'm like, at 26, they should have something.
Yeah, they should.
They should have something.
Yeah, they should.
We'll see what happens with George Pickens in his contract and with Brandon Aubrey in his contract.
The franchise tag.
He only franchised one of them.
Better be Aubrey. Gotta be Aubrey.
You think so?
It gotta be. You talking about? They're both great. But Aubrey, man.
That's a conversation.
That is.
That's a conversation.
That is, man. But, man. Aubrey, they both cold, but Aubrey.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't just pay Aubrey right now. He didn't earn.
I'd have been knocked. Yeah, I'd have knocked Aubrey.
Exactly.
I'd have been.
It's just for me. It's going to get tough when you got that much money tied up, like say potentially between 2 wide receivers and your quarterback. Yeah. Like that's going to be tricky. So
that's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread.
It's a lot of bread. But, and this is just the if part. If they finish well, or fighting and competing, and let's say they come up short 1 or 2 games because you're gonna, those games, the tiebreakers are going to hurt you because you've lost into some NFC teams like Carolina, who's playing well right now. So if they don't make it, and looking at potentially how they can close the show, if you're Jerry, you're 82 years old.
Yeah.
What you waiting on? You're going to write the check, man, because, hey, baby, you ain't promised too many more of these.
Oh, that's factual.
By the way, with the Aubrey contract, he's a restricted free agent next year, so you can put a tag on him.
Transition tag?
Like a transition tag. Okay.
So you can put like a 2nd-round pick, so if someone signs him, and you can match whatever anybody else does.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
You get a tag.
Somebody definitely be like, hey, 2nd-round pick?
Yeah, but you can match it.
So you can match
so
it.
they can offer him a contract. If you match it, you get him.
And you don't think Jerry going to do that?
No, you gotta match.
No, I'm just saying you don't have to franchise.
Yeah, no.
Right. You got to. So you could do a transition tag on the kicker and franchise tag Pickens. Now, the moment you throw the franchise tag on him, you ain't going to see him.
You think so?
Nah.
Who's his agent?
That's his agent, but
you ain't gonna see him.
Dude,
we know who his agent is, but
your people.
No, that ain't my people. Joby left. Joby was a founder member, but he started Vanguard Sports. He had to get up out of there. He had to get up.
Y'all don't win.
David Mulligata?
I mean, okay, yeah, he's my frat. He's my frat brother. He is my frat brother.
I tell you, boy, you slow to
No. Well, hey, the viewers, everybody in the viewership don't know that out there.
Aggie Duke, boy, y'all special breed.
Y'all balling though.
We balling.
Y'all balling.
Special breed. Anthony Dorsett, thank you. Trey, I always appreciate these conversations, man. Barry Church, the pastor.
What's happening, baby?
This has been the Players Lounge. We're out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!